Hey, OLFMs. Paul Martin here. It's Tuesday, June the 2nd, Tie Tuesday. Uh, one of the things that I don't think I've ever done at the beginning of these uh, podcasts, if you will, is to mention how important it is that we remember, and it's something I think about every day, is that here we are at TRU and here in downtown Kamloops, on the lands of the Tk'emlúps te Secwépemc, within the Secwepemcúlecw, the traditional and unceded lands of the Secwepemc people. And this is a place, I think this is one of the amazing things about this place too. This is a place of teaching and learning, where teaching and learning has happened for thousands and thousands of years. And so I like to think about how we can situate TRU and open learning within that context. And it's hard today to, really even to concentrate, frankly, when you think about all the things that are happening south of the border, places that I was just living in last year. And it's very easy to look at the U.S. and go, wow, that's just messed up. And it absolutely is. But it's also important, I think it's a good reminder to us to think about how systemic racism is so deeply ingrained into Canada and everything that we do. And one of our opportunities as educators, and certainly through open learning, is to continue to focus on trying to address that and trying to create inclusive practices in our teaching and in our course design, in our operations, and to look at ways in which we can address these things and create more opportunities really for everybody. Looking back at Kevin Gannon's book, Radical Hope, that I read to you from a few weeks back, great chapter in there on teaching and learning inclusively. And he says, this is why creating inclusive learning spaces is an integral part of teaching from a place of radical hope. If we believe that higher education is an essential part of creating a better future for all, then it behooves us to do everything we can to help ensure that this better future for all is actively shaped by all. The benefits of higher education are numerous and complex, and they also unfold over time. In order for these benefits to be scaled to a societal level, we must make a collective effort to include all of our students in the process by which they can access them. That means we have to pay more attention to things like inclusivity, motivation, and values. The revolution is in the details. So, I think that's something I'm going to really be keeping in mind over the next while as we look at how are we changing our processes and the things that we do and the way in which we design courses. How do we do that in a way that's more inclusive? So that's something thinking about today, especially. A couple of quick notes from the virtual floor of Open Learning. Number of you contacted me or responded today to the email that went out from TRU about layoffs and concerns about where things are at for open learning. I think, and of course I don't speak for the institution at all. One of the things I can say, though, is that it seems pretty clear to us from everything we've learned over the last while is that the institution really recognizes how extraordinarily busy we are in open learning. We are just busier and busier every day, and of course the move off campus to this sort of distributed environment for us has been incredibly challenging and has sort of taxed all our resources. So at the moment, it appears that we're going to be minimally impacted by the layoffs that were announced today. And it's important to remember that these layoffs are precautionary. The email mentions about 80 people, but I think because there's a 4-month advance notice that has to happen, those layoffs wouldn't occur until October. And I think the hope at the institution is certainly that enough will change by then that many of those layoffs don't have to happen, and hopefully none of them. But it's a precautionary move by the institution, and one that is not really at the moment, as far as we can tell, going to have significant impact on our operations in open learning or to our people. And I know that was the reason that I'd received a number of emails from people reaching out and were concerned about our staff. So I can report that I think things are okay on that front, and we are just busy as anything. Number of other things. Email going out to students from Dawn over the next couple of days, letting them know about the exams that are coming up. The email will notify students that there will be no in-person exams in July or August. So our practice that we've been going through for the last couple of months in terms of alternate assignments, moving courses to ProctorU, all of those things are going to continue through July and August. We'll follow that same pattern that we have done with if students want to write their exam or complete their course through an alternate assessment, or in cases where we're averaging marks, they need to let us know by the 12th of the month so that we can get that underway. So I mentioned that we were a number of courses where we had averaged marks before, that we were moving to alternate assessments or ProctorU. One exception to that, I should point out, for those OLFMs who are working in the ABE program, the School of Education and Social Work decided that for all of those courses, I think it's for one of the biology courses, 0601, where they're doing an oral exam for that assessment, that the rest of those courses are going to be continue to sort of average the marks. And I think that's a great solution for those students, and will reduce some anxiety on their part for sure as they try to get through those courses. So, but do stay tuned for more information on exams. We'll make sure that email goes out to you as well, so you can see what's been shared with your students. So sorry for a little bit of an extra long video tonight, but seems like a good day to do that. Hope you're well. Hope you're managing with all the workload and all the craziness that's going on in the world. And we will continue to be here working with you and appreciative of your support and all your hard work for our students. So signing off for today, Tuesday, June the 2nd, it's Paul Martin here at the corner of 3rd and St. Paul. Take care. Have a good night.